Hey guys, this is Nassem here, and welcome to Legion Guides, where I go over all the major mechanics and break down the normal patterns. Valtan Gate 1 will have 3 bosses, Lugaro, Lucas, and the Dark Mountain Predator. I'll be calling them the red, blue, and purple wolves for convenience purposes from now on. The recommended battle items are HP potions, whirlwind grenades, panaceas, or time stop potions. You cannot bring panaceas and time stop potions together, so after I go over the uses, you can decide on which one you want to bring. Every time you get hit by Lugaro's scratch patterns, you will get a bleed debuff, which hurts a lot. Also, if this stacks 3 times, there will be a large scratch on the ground, which can damage your raid members as well. So try to get rid of this bleed debuff before it hits 3 stacks with the panacea. You can also use cleanse skills or the purify rune to get rid of this debuff. I'll be going over the major mechanics, which will help you understand how to clear this raid, and we'll go over the normal patterns afterwards, which will help you save a lot of potions. When you first start the raid, you'll be greeted by the purple wolf. At 45 bars, the purple wolf will teleport to the middle and split into the red and blue wolves. After the split, there will be an explosion, so you should stay away from them until the split is finished. The blue wolf will flee, and your raid will be fighting the red wolf. At 40 to 35 bars, the blue wolf will come back and join the fight. 2 party members will have marks on top of their heads, one in red and one in blue. The red wolf will try to attack the person with the red mark, and the blue wolf will try to attack the person with the blue mark. When the 2 wolves are very close to each other, they both receive less damage, so the marked people should be at the north side and the south sides of the map to separate the 2 wolves. If you don't have the mark, you should check your buff status to see if you have the gold orb. If you do, you'll have to attack the intruder, which in this case would be the blue wolf. If you don't have the gold orb, you can keep attacking the red wolf. At 30 bars, the orb mechanic will start, and there are 3 different ways of doing this. I will explain all of them in increasing difficulty order. The easiest way is the Wei Cheese. Everyone but the raid leader will all stay at the south point of the map. The raid leader will stay below the wolf, use Wei when the stagger bar appears, take aggro of all 8 orbs, and run towards the top, take 1 orb, and start dribbling all 7 orbs. When the orbs are away from the boss, everyone else can start staggering the wolf. The second way is using Wei to help with the stagger while absorbing the orbs. Everyone will choose a position like this, with the raid leader being in this position. When the stagger bar appears, the raid leader will use Wei. Everyone else will absorb their orb in order. Once you absorb your orb, you can start staggering the wolf. The final method is to do this mechanic without Wei. Again, stand in this position and everyone should absorb their orb in order, and you should start staggering the wolf once you absorb the orb. If you are not sure if the person in front of you absorbed their orb, you can check under the HP bar to see how many orbs were absorbed. If your class does not have a lot of high staggering skills, you can use whirlwind grenades to help with that. The reason why you want to learn all 3 mechanics is because your side reel gauge might not be full when this orb mechanic starts. To prevent this, you can either stop dealing damage and wait until the gauge fills up, or you can learn the third method, which does not require you to take a walk while the gauge fills up. This way, you'll be able to clear gate 1 more quickly. If you get past this orb mechanic, the red wolf will flee and you'll be fighting the blue wolf. At 25 to 20 bars, the red wolf will come back. Just like before, you want to separate the 2 wolves. However, in this case, since the red wolf is the intruder, if you have the gold orb, you'll have to attack the red wolf this time. At 15 bars, the orb mechanic will start again, and depending on your side reel gauge, you can choose a method to get past this mechanic again. However, this time, after you stagger the blue wolf will be using a lot of AoE attacks. Right after you stagger the blue wolf, you can head south to dodge a lot of the attacks. You will be facing the purple wolf after this. When the purple wolf is less than 10 bars, it will use a fear stagger check pattern. When this stagger bar locks, the purple wolf will fear the player that is furthest from it and teleport behind that player. The feared player should ping their location and everyone should gather around to prepare for the stagger check. After this pattern, there will be no more major mechanics, so you should be able to clear gate 1 with this knowledge. However, knowing how to dodge the normal patterns will help you save tons of potions, so I recommend learning the normal patterns as well. Let's go over the red wolf's normal patterns first. The scratch is just a scratch which applies a bleed debuff. When the red wolf lifts his right arm, try not to be in front of him. The double scratch is just a double scratch which also applies bleed debuffs. When the red wolf lifts his left arm, he will be scratching twice. The triple scratch will indicate the scratch area with these shadows. Once you see these shadows, get behind the boss. The red wolf stands still for a long time during this pattern, so this is a good time for DPS. The scratch. The red wolf will perform multiple scratches in front of him. This will apply multiple bleed debuffs, so make sure you are not in front of him during this pattern. Lugaro gathers his hands, then spreads them to the sides before this, so if you see him do this, make sure you get behind him. After you dodge these lines, the red wolf will jump back. Then, parallel scratches will appear from the middle moving outwards. Once you check the direction of the jump, start running in the perpendicular direction to dodge these lines. The red wolf will do a backflip, then scratch behind him. Once you see this backflip, make sure you are not behind him. The landmines. The red wolf will crawl into a ball, and there will be landmines exploding all over the map. Make sure you are dodging all of these first. Teleport. The red wolf will disappear, then appear behind the person with the aggro and scratch that person. The red wolf will then spin, damaging players that are near him. Make sure you wait for the spin before attacking him again. The jump spin. The red wolf will jump towards the aggro and spin. After the spin, there will be a donut-shaped explosion. So after you see the spin, get near the red wolf to dodge the explosion. The tornado will follow the person with the aggro. You just have to run around inside the outer circle. Now let's go over the blue wolf's patterns. The double scratch is just a double scratch with the projectile shooting forwards. When the blue wolf lifts his left arm, the blue wolf will scratch twice and throw a projectile. The spin. The blue wolf will spin in place. When the blue wolf twists his upper body to his right, he will be spinning. After the spin, there will be a donut explosion around him, so make sure you are close to him after the spin. However, if the blue wolf has an aura around his arm, there will be more things you need to think about. There can be 3 different types of auras around his arm: red, green, and blue. When the blue wolf spins, this aura will drop and do different things depending on the color. The red aura will drop in these small circle shapes, which explodes in larger circles. Make sure you are far away from these before they explode. The green aura will drop and you'll see this gas being released. After the gas is released, a small dot will remain. These explode in a donut shape, so technically, you can stand in the middle and stay safe, but when these donuts are overlapping, it's much easier to dodge them by running far away from it. The blue aura will drop and there will be a light blinking on top of it. After a few seconds, this will explode in 6 directions and will freeze you if you get hit. These ice shards are a lot easier to dodge if you are far away from them. If you are colorblind, you might have noticed me mentioning the shapes on the ground. But to recap, red or the circle is a circular explosion, green or the gas to small dot is the donut explosion, blue or the blinking dot is the ice shards exploding in 6 directions. If you are a class that can give shields to your party, this is a great time to use your shields. Also, if you can't dodge something, you can use your time stop potions because the overlapping AoEs can do a lot of damage. The shurikens. The blue wolf will pull out 2 swords and combine them to create a large shuriken. This shuriken will split in 6 directions after traveling forward. If you stay next to the blue wolf, you won't get hit by any of them. Let's move on to the backflip. Just like the red wolf, the wolf will scratch behind him after the backflip, so make sure you are not behind him when the blue wolf does a backflip. Landmines will appear when the blue wolf crawls into a ball. Make sure you are dodging these before going back to dealing damage. The dash. The blue wolf will dash in a straight line and plant landmines randomly. Again, make sure you are dodging these mines. The purple wolf basically combines the red and blue wolf's patterns. I hope this video helped you master Valtan's first gate, and I'll be back with the guide for Valtan's second gate soon. Alright, peace.
I need to know if you'll give me a second chance. They don't come on often, but please, you know I can't stand it when you don't talk to me.